Hey, what's going on? It's your boy JoeThunder back once again with another episode of the Smoking with JoeThunder podcast. I got the homie Elvis Freshless in the building.
Yo, what's going on, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Like I said, been having a couple good weeks. This podcast been knocking out bangers left and right.
It's
You know what I mean?
dope. Having really dope artists in the spot. It's
From everywhere, too. Not just like, you know what I mean? We got MCs, we got graffiti artists, we got OnlyFans.
Everything.
We got fucking all kinds
everything.
of shit
It's just been
cracking.
wild.
About to have a school teacher in here. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
It's dope as fuck.
But real quick, shout out to our official sponsor, bgood Dispensaries, over there on 11 West Hampton.
114th and Cherokee up in North Glen, Colorado. Got the medical spa, 80 South Pennsylvania.
There you go. All your medical marijuana and recreational marijuana needs. They got everything you need, man. But got another episode, another banger for you. You know what I'm saying? Got some OGs in the house. You know what I mean? Still doing their thing.
It's going to be a dope one, I can already tell.
Right. If you don't know, we got the big homie MC Big House in the building.
Yeah, what's good?
Chilling. We got Complex.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
And if y'all don't know, man, like these cats been doing music for a minute here in this city. You know what I mean? Big House with the future jazz, right?
Absolutely. That's pretty much the foundation of me stepping outside.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And then you said you and Complex started doing music at an early age, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So my foundation, my foundation starts with the Sons of Light and Darkness.
All right.
I've been doing that since a young kid.
Absolutely.
How young? Tell us.
Man, 15,
Oh, shit.
would be at the time that we decided that just freestyling was
Was not enough.
yeah.
All right. So prior to that, it's all freestyling, right?
Yeah, just loving the art, finding my way, learning who we are as MCs and craftsmen.
And how did the two of y'all meet?
So I've known his older brother since the dawn of high school, and since that time with freestyling and blowing these trees, we built that foundation of just loving music,
Right.
taking it from just freestyling and doing what we love to actually trying to be creative.
Where'd you guys go to high school at?
I went to Gateway High School.
Oh, shit.
In Aurora. Yeah.
Damn.
I got here, so I was born in New York, but I've been in Colorado more of my life than I have been in New York. So this is my home and the place that I grew up. But I've been here since the 90s.
Did you go back growing up?
Yes, I went back and forth, but
Do you still?
I haven't been in a
been
very
a
long
while.
time, to be honest with
Yeah.
you.
Been a long time.
It's been a very
Should have
long
left
time.
you.
But this since having my kids and becoming a father, this is like where I'm at.
where
It's
you're
my
at.
home. It's always been a part of my story.
Right.
I can never get away from it. I came here at an early age, and just because I don't sound like everybody else doesn't mean I don't rep this Colorado thing, just
the
like everybody
fullest,
else,
bro.
born and raised. So,
Shit.
this definitely has been my starting place of learning and loving music and taking the path of an MC.
Right.
Because I'm very big on the classification between a rapper and an
And
MC.
MC, you're about the bars.
Absolutely.
You're from the old school, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm not dating you or anything like that, but like there's like rules and there's shit that people should know, and a lot of people, like we were just talking about, like to skip all that.
Yeah. I mean,
you know how I
music has
feel
changed.
about that.
Talk about it, brother.
That rapper and MC thing. Me and House been talking about that for a long time now. Because I actually like the word rap and the word rapper. Like, I am a rapper.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like just because somebody tries to rap doesn't make them a rapper.
I think a rapper is more like the overall performance, like everything, where like, you know what I mean? Like when we
Yeah.
talk about an MC, like bars, like, I mean, Pat Poose, you know what I mean? He doesn't make the best songs, but that fool has some shit to say, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I agree with him on that, and it's just for me, an MC is a deeper classification.
Right.
Because a rapper is a very overall term that can be used for anyone.
Right. You rap it. I'm a rapper. I mean, and not just anybody could be a rapper though. You gotta have at least be able to rap.
Right.
But yeah, it is a deeper definition of somebody who has a deeper understanding of rapping and understanding their style and fluidity, and I think a MC is definitely deeper than just rapping and being a rapper. But you're right. I like what you said though. I like the word rap too, and being a rapper, it doesn't take away from a person being a rapper or rapping. I don't think, but
I think it resonated with me because I listened to the song 6 Cents. I watched the video for the first time by Common. That's my
Yep.
favorite rapper
Yep.
when I was in like high school or something like that. And on the sample, another one of my favorite rappers, Prodigy, he says, "This is rap for real, something you feel." And
Yep.
when he said that,
And you know,
you know what I mean?
Yes,
The
you
shit,
know.
like, I don't know, I felt it. I really did. And I took that word serious, like, from then on, pretty much.
I feel that.
And then I guess how I would see
That's
it
dope.
is that, you know, taking it from the foundation of one of our forefathers, like a KRS would say, rap is something we do and hip hop is something we live. I feel like MC is both. Like you're in the middle. Like you are able to rap, but you bring hip hop.
It's through hip hop.
Makes
Right.
sense.
Through that hip
It's like
hop.
almost
You know what I'm
like a special forces. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It makes sense.
You know, if
You got your Marines, and then you got your fucking.
Well, there in other cultures too, in other elements of hip hop, it's the same thing because on graffiti you have cats that aren't hip hop. Just like you have rappers who ain't hip hop. They
Right.
don't embrace that culture. They don't embrace that true understanding of what hip hop is.
and it's not necessarily
know?
that you have to. Music has evolved. to a
Nah,
point
you don't
where
have
necessarily
to.
have
Nah, you don't have to. And that's the
But-
beautiful thing about music.
Right.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely. And I guess in my sense, I've always been, talked by my peoples about forever being so humble. I guess me classifying myself as an MC is my vain quality of being able to say, I'm not just a
I'm
rapper.
not just a rapper.
It's right,
ism.
right.
We were talking about that in the last one with Shoe. It's your ism, bro.
Realistically, I am Big House. Now,
I dig
nobody
that.
would be able to find me in this world because you can find a million things off the word Big House.
Right.
The MC is thrown in the front because A, that is who I am. B, that is what I live. C, that's my foundation. So it's always going to be clear and present.
I feel that.
And as far as you say, who cares about the dating aspect? You know what I'm saying? That right there in itself, seeing MC Big House is going to be like he old school.
Right.
And I'll live with that because the music that we make lives forever once you are able to get a hold of it. and
Especially when it's
understand what we do.
timeless.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel that. I can see where my partner's coming from and shit. I just like the word, I guess.
No, and
When I
it
come
is
up
the
with
action though too. It's not just the word. There is a lot to be said about rapping and being a rapper.
I think like
yeah,
you said,
I just mean it's regular in my rhetoric. When I come up with something to say on the track, I'm coming up with some raps.
Yeah, I'm about to
what I
rap
mean?
this
I'm
shit.
about to rap. Like,
Yeah, right.
That's the first thing I think before I think I'm about to MC. Even when I get on stage, and I know MCing, you master the ceremony. You gotta handle the crowd and make
It's
sure
like a
that
performance,
you
like I was saying.
absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
it's like rapper, you got bars, and then you got
It's a
your
whole
raps,
character.
and then you know how to control the crowd and fucking.
The persona behind it, the whole character,
Yeah, that's
the
real
whole
shit.
being and living it.
Hey, how'd you get in the rapping complex?
Shit, my brother 500 pretty much, he started out spitting a lot of bars back when he was young, writing, had the big notebooks and all that. And I saw him, I was only a listener at the time. And I started loving music so much that I just started writing about how much I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like my first few raps was just, hip hop means this to me and, this, that, and the other. And I just started taking it serious after that. I walked into my brother's room and I was like, look, man, I wrote this. You know what I'm saying? Check
How
it out.
old were you? Do you remember?
Shit, I was like 14, about 14.
Damn.
And at that point, the same thing that my man House was saying earlier, I started asking my mama, hey, can you take me to Sam Goody? I know I want to buy the new Capadonna album, or can I buy the new Beanie Siegel album, please? This, that, and the other.
So you were on some East Coast shit, right?
Oh, man, like, shit. I started listening to, I'm from Houston,
Okay.
and we was listening to Screw Heavy, Lil Kiki,
Yeah.
Big Pokey,
Fat Pat.
Fat
All that
Pat.
shit, yeah.
Absolutely. That was
Swisher House.
That was the cloth. And then I started listening to Cash Money and No Limit in New Orleans. I started getting on their music real heavy. But then
The crazy shit is he was born here.
Right.
yeah,
He's a native and then moved to Houston, grew up out there, and then came back home.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? And my brother 500 flew out here, hung out with the brother that my man House just told y'all about, Easy, and started listening to Wu-Tang and Mobb Deep and you know all that type of shit. Talib Kweli, and he came back home and started buying tapes, and then I would hear in the morning.
You were on that shit, yeah.
Oh man, I wake up in the morning and hear like Wyclef Jean and all type of shit.
Fresh.
I'm like, man, I'm liking what I'm hearing. You know what I mean? So it kind of was like, it kind of went.
You went to school out there?
Yeah.
High school and all that in Houston?
Elementary to high school, yeah.
Wow. And then you moved here after high school?
Yeah, I was born here, moved away when I was like 7, came back when I was like 21.
Oh, word.
But it's not something that you would hear in his rhetoric besides the fact that he'll throw that Houston slang in there.
Right.
Right.
That you can't describe his style as somebody.
As a Houston.
Yeah, that's what amazes me.
Hey, what was it like being down there during like Screw in his heyday kind of stuff? You know what I mean? Or was that like a little before your time? It sounds like you were down there when that shit was going on.
Yeah, the great tapes for sure. I mean, that's like you got people that's literally all they listen to.
Right.
If it wasn't Screwed, they don't
weren't
know
even
nothing
fucking
about
with it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for some reason, the shit just resonated with the whole city on some shit to where it just like it was making, you know, the Swisher House and the Screw House a lot of bread.
Right.
You know, was coming in through there. And my brother, everything was through my brother. He was buying the tapes, he was bringing shit home, and then I would get it from there. You know, I would dub his shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
slang a couple copies.
Absolutely.
And give a couple copies away.
Well, he is the young brother. He took his own route and his own path into finding the music, following what we were doing, and expanded his horizons beyond what we were on. We were kind of sheltered into what we were listening to, and he was able to embody all worlds based on that.
Right. He had the best of both worlds.
Yeah, so they were down south putting us on to what was going on down there, but already knew the things that we were on, so just would expand their musical.
And I started noticing a distinction too, because my brother was the gateway for me to get to it, but then I would like different songs on the album than he would like. You know what I mean?
You had your own taste,
yeah, so that's why I started, you know, making my own tapes and shit like that. Definitely would have, you know, cassettes just with different songs on there that I recorded. And man, I was in love with the shit.
That was the day. Shit.
I used to love running into cats who liked East Coast hip hop back in the day because everybody just fucking loved West Coast. They're like, if it ain't West Coast gang shit, like fuck your music. Like everybody was hating on my shit. I'm listening to Talib, Mos Def, Dead Prez, like a bunch of shit. Even before then, Tribe, Wu-Tang, all that shit, and everybody's like, this shit's stupid.
You know, it was always a
hating on my
shit.
Right.
It was always,
I'm older, bro. I always listen to everything. I've been through every generation, and I liked pretty much all of them. You know what I mean?
I was the East Coast head, man.
Yeah,
everybody hated me for it.
I mean, that was my first stuff, bro. Really, like the Fat Boys and Houdini. Like Houdini's, like, and UTFO are like I think two of the best like all time ever. They were game changers.
Well, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, so at that time where you were listening to that, how many other people around you were embodied into what you were?
I was in the hood, bro, so we were all listening to that shit.
Okay.
I went to Curtis Park Community Center during the summer, and our RAs were from the projects, and they were, like I said, we go to the flea market, buy tapes, and they'd record them for us, and we'd be bumping, and like, you know what I mean? And every day on the bus, we'd go someplace different. We'd go swimming one day. We'd go to fucking the zoo the next day. We'd go to the fucking park the next day. So these fools, like, really put us on game, and I'm trying to, like, I remember this one cat, his name was Terry, bro, and this fool was, like, swagged the fuck out back then. He was one of the first, I'm gonna date myself.
Right.
But he had a pair of the first Jordans, and he bought them the first day they came out. And I remember he got a marker, bro, like a fat marker, and put a big ass T on the back of them, and everyone was tripping. Like, how you got these Jordans, bro? But he was dunking, and you know what I mean? He just had the music, bro, and they are DJs, and they just put us onto a lot of game. Like, real talk, shout out to Curtis Park Community Center back in the day, man.
Terry, whoever the fuck you are, thank you, bro. Put this
real,
on.
you know what I mean? But they played, you know, UTFO for us. They gave us Houdini. Like I said, a Fly Girl, Boogie Boys, like that shit.
My experience was different. It was a culture shock. You know, I left New York, left the city. We came here, and then after getting here, I was dropped in the middle of Aurora and had to find my way. I didn't know about Denver yet.
Not knowing anybody.
Nah, nothing. You know, my grandmother was here. She was the foundation. We moved here, and then it was like learn. And Aurora was not developed early 90s.
Right.
You know what I'm
It was
saying?
not what it is now. For
No,
sure.
not at
Definitely
all.
not.
Not even
So,
close.
so for me, it was really trying to learn about music and what was going on in Colorado, and that left me with the radio stations. So that music was harder to find back then. I knew nothing, nowhere to go. Too young to figure it out. I made my way and found it.
Right.
Radio playing top 40 only and shit.
By 92, it was all kind of figured out.
KDKO.
Yeah, absolutely.
KDK.
I remember.
Facts.
I remember the.
104.3.
104.3.
I said, bro, I remember the
Damn.
bootlegs at the flea market.
Cash cow.
$2, Too Short, all that shit.
Didn't know about that yet. These are things I had to learn. It was my grandmother who was putting me on to all of that, but that was later.
That's what I was going to ask you. Who were some of your early influences, and who were you listening to?
Yo, so Wu-Tang was a big influence to me at that point in time. Now, prior to that, it would have been groups like Kid and Play. I was very young at that point in time. So we talking Heavy D, Kid and Play, Big Daddy Kane.
Even then, you only had what was a
Rakim.
little more commercial, like a little more available in the East Coast.
And we talking about vinyl. So I had the Run
Damn.
DMC, vinyls, and that's that.
Damn.
Anything that my mother would pass down, I would look at the vinyl. That was my introduction to all music. But because we came here, me and my mother, she put me in front of music. So my first instrument, just like Paul Jr., was a saxophone.
Right.
I think that's what really put my focus into learning my style and how I wanted to present everything. But I will give all praise and due to the Wu, because the first time I heard Meth, that gave me direction.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was like, oh, I could do something different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this kid is amazing. It's not, I would always hear the Juice Crew,
Yeah.
and know that there were many different styles and things to embody, but would never be able to find my personal direction.
Right.
I would give all praise and due to first hearing Meth at a young age to be like, I'm gonna be something different like that.
Like that.
You know what I mean? And so that forced me into then not just being a freestyler and trying to, because I remember at 12, from 12 to 15, trying to write, I hated writing. Because I didn't learn style yet. I didn't learn
You didn't have your
yet.
style yet either, yeah.
So every time I wrote something, the way I would repeat it back, it never sounded like who I wanted to be. It was just too simple. So I had to revamp the whole situation and learn a new way of doing it. Freestyling is kind of what gave me that foundation of being brave enough to try new things. You know what I'm saying? And that's what built it from there. And having everybody around me, my whole foundation of this MC shit, everybody was different. Everybody embodied something different. So you strive to be different.
Right. Different piece of the puzzle, man.
Yeah, and that was house party time. You go to somebody, we go from Aurora to Montebello or to Denver, and there'd be somebody in there who thought they could rhyme. And it's like,
Freestyling.
yeah, you wait for that time.
Like,
That's
they
how
got a
I-
cipher over there.
That's how I got my
Yeah.
name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, let's wait for who's gonna be there, and let's just go eat them up. Let's do what we do.
Right.
And that was my life from 15 to 18.
Right.
And after that, come outside, and that's when the Future Jazz stuff took off.
Damn.
Talk about like how you guys kind of started your thing though when you guys started taking it serious.
I've known this guy right here since he was 11 years old. So
Shit, I think it was
Before
younger
you
than
was
that.
even before you were even thinking about rapping.
Yeah, I think it might have been younger than that. 'Cause I remember when I first saw you, and I don't think I was 11 yet. Fucking,
like, this is my family. This isn't like just somebody I do.
Right, you guys didn't pick up on the street like, yo, you rap, let's rap.
No, it's nothing like that. It's nothing
We
like
know
that.
each other's mothers.
Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah,
his,
it's family,
His kids
for real.
are my nieces and nephew, my niece and nephews. You know
So
what I'm saying?
we've grown up together with a love for music and doing music. At a certain point in time, we realized we love just doing music together. So no matter what else is going on or what we got going on, there's always time for us to do us.
Yeah.
And so, again, my whole perspective on what you would call a career in Colorado. People really only know me for being on stage.
Right.
So, there's no more of that. And time is not a factor. And I still
And that's
love
a
this
good
music.
thing to
I
be
still
known
love-
for, mind you. That's a good thing to be known for. Right. A lot of people are not known for being on stage.
At least you know.
That's a whole lot of most people.
It's better than not be known.
Most people
That wanna be,
that wanna be.
yeah, or
Look,
not.
I've
Right.
just had a lot of good people in my life that have given me a lot of good opportunities and a family structure that understands that if I go do something, that don't mean I'm not fam first. I just get to go do me and bring the family along. It's just one big conglomerate.
Right.
So it started from one entity and spun off into many different things, but I'm still here doing me, and I ain't never stopped doing me. And now y'all about to hear a lot of the things that we've been doing.
Oh, for sure. Hey, let's talk about though how, like you said, you got together with Future Jazz Project.
Yes. All right. So, man, time frames are really bad in my memory.
It's a lot of weed.
Absolutely.
It's cloudy. It's all good.
It really is. But I know the foundation of that was when my crew was really out there starving for places to be musical. Ran into these people a lot around the circuit of wherever a good show would be. So learning through the break mechanics and through Future Jazz Project what they did, always kind of being around, and when the open mics and things of that nature would happen, I'd always be present.
Right.
Me,
Sounds like
Easy,
you were always in the mix.
trying to be
You know what I mean?
very, very hungry and very happy to be in this environment and learning that Colorado has the culture that I love to be a part of.
Right.
And just being in the rooms with people, meeting, learning,
like,
being able
that's
to
a
share the
blunt.
crafts. Yeah, absolutely. So
And I was like, that's a blunt. My bad. I just
No,
seen that
that's
blunt.
a-
I was like, God damn.
It
that's
ain't
a-
rolled that. I mean, it's cool. It's just backwood. It ain't a backwoods. So.
within that circuit, to be honest, there was a transitional period between break mechanics. I met Paz, great human being, and on that journey, he let me know that there was going to be a transition. And with meeting Damian Hines and Casey Sidwell and everybody that was a part of that band at that point in time was something special.
Right.
Some of those pieces have broken up, moved, to other
Little
states.
pockets here, little pockets there.
Yeah, but,
you know what I mean?
meeting them and being invited, basically, to be a part of that was something that I could never say no to. So when Paz was leaving the break mechanics for one, that gave me the opening to become a part of that band. And since that was the same working parts as Future Jazz Project, Venus had already been singing with the group, blowing it down, and just being invited to bring some of the hip hop element to their live instrumentation. We ended up putting out that album at that time, and it was the funnest shit I could ever do with my life at the time, especially to be around brilliant musicians. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, geniuses.
Right.
Man,
Them shows was
That
good,
shit was
man.
amazing,
I
to see.
remember them shows.
Right. Nah,
I remember
yeah.
y'all opened
Definitely.
up for Pharaoh Monch and Boulder one
Yep.
time, and that shit was great.
I mean, I just had a lot of fun. My safety place is that stage, yo. Like everything disappears. That's where I'm the happiest.
And Boulder a
That's
lot
why
too,
I
huh?
really-
You did a bunch at the Fox at the up there,
Yeah.
and that one. What was that one club? You even performed at that. What was that spot? Wasn't it downstairs? Do you know what I'm talking about?
La Rumba? No.
No, because
Nah.
I'm thinking about Fort Collins now. We used
Was
to
it
play
Fort Collins
a
then?
lot at the
I seen you in like a-
Note or something like that.
Oh yeah, the Blue Note. Is that for? Oh, I'm thinking for Collins too. Then.
Man, we used to get
Yeah.
around a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
You guys are actually booked for like a lot of shit, right?
yes.
It went with so many things too, though. That was, I think, what was really dope about it is like, no matter who was headlining, almost it fit somehow. It worked with the crowd, with the vibe.
Man, they were just dope ass people to be around. I cherish.
Going the wrong way with that there, buddy. That's
we
your
go.
That one,
Shit.
yeah, he's been waiting for it.
Yeah,
There
I
we go,
seen
my
that.
bad.
He was like, "Hey, what's up with that one over
He
there?"
about to skip me like.
Oh, that's why you
bro.
talking
It ain't-
about
like
that one.
reverse.
All right.
It ain't as good as
Reverse.
I usually roll better.
Dude, trees is hitting. So throughout that
It's it.
transformation,
No, I no complaints.
throughout that transition, you know, I just got to express myself a lot. We made music, we improvised a lot. It took me from being somebody who had to be on stage for a 30-minute performance to somebody who had to learn how to be on stage for 4 hours for a night. You know what I'm saying? Wow. That was the greatest experience.
Holy shit.
Right.
That's fucking unreal.
Now, I'm not doing every song for 4 hours.
No, but
when
damn.
It's time to get it going. It's time to get it going.
You had some long sets like that?
Yeah.
Some like
Yeah,
late night, like just it kept it rolling or what?
I mean, anywhere where they could book a venue for the night and
Right.
put Future Jazz Project as, you know, the headliner for the night.
It was you were down to go down. Like it's
absolutely.
for the night. It's going down.
Because at a certain point you could break away from what you're doing and just have fun.
Right.
Like these musicians are just geniuses. They have their own vibe and rhythm and
Right.
do what they do. And,
Each person.
And I just get to be a part of that. You know, and they're gonna carve me out a section where I get to do me. And when we're cutting away from the music that we normally do, it's just having fun. It's making sure everybody there for the whole night having a good time.
That's dope.
You know, not everybody stays. Some people, but
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
these waves of people that come in and out.
A lot of crowd participation.
Yeah.
Cats be vibing.
Durango. Durango is the livest spot to ever go do a show at, because they don't do nothing but show appreciation out there and have a great fucking time. You're 8 hours away in the middle of the sticks.
Right, they
and
don't get it
got
like
lights,
that. Yeah.
But they give it up to whoever come out there and perform.
That's tight.
I've seen a lot
of places like that. That's what we've heard from other artists. Right. Like, oh, my favorite place was so and so. What did they say? Somebody said, where's Roswell, New Mexico?
Word.
That they just because they don't be getting shit like that, so they showed the fuck out. He's like the whole town of Roswell was there's motherfuckers dressed up like aliens and shit, just with the shit. So you know, but that's tight though that those small towns don't get that kind.
Exactly.
I just went and painted a mural festival in La Junta this weekend. La Junta, that's what they call it. La Junta, and bro, it was amazing how much of the so many people from the town pulled up.
Oh, I bet.
Everyone's like,
they're like, what the fuck?
Little kids were like, I never even seen graffiti in real life. They're like, and I'm tripping like, you ain't never seen graffiti in real life? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, like, I'm like, I seen it in La Junta already. I'm like, no, but you know, bro,
people ain't never seen that shit.
it's
bro.
cool. The town shows out for you. They show love. They appreciate you.
Right, and that's all.
Seeing that they exist.
You know who used to do that shit for and kill it? It was like Chingo Bling. He go to every fucking small town in like New Mexico,
Just make
Texas,
everybody loved him.
Colorado. You go to Denver, Greeley, Grand Junction. You do like 5 or 6 shows in the state.
Yeah.
And they would show the fuck out because
La Junta.
when you
It's
go
like,
see like a famous food in like
Exactly.
Brighton or like Greeley, like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? You gonna show out. It's going down tonight.
Yeah, motherfuckers are
Burn all
funny.
my good kickers.
Shit, Greeley is going down. That place is wild.
Absolutely.
Everybody thinks they're from LA.
Shit, I bet it's little
What
gangsta
the
out there.
fuck?
Shit,
It's
they
that
probably
old
All of you
are.
got Cortezes on?
That's
It's like the high socks. The higher the sock, the downer the food.
the fool. Hey, did you guys get any love like out of state? Were you guys doing any shows, or were you doing, or was it mostly in Colorado? Because the money was here.
The furthest I've been with the Future Jazz Project situation, we went to Vegas. But we were planning and gearing up for a lot of things. Then the complications came.
Oh no!
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
I mean, you know,
You know we were. You can't just set us up for that one.
I'll tell you what I heard. I heard they were the musicians and they were the MCs, and the musicians were demanding more money and they were getting it, and it's like, well, we're putting in just as much work, and it's like we're not being compensated. So then,
so that is going to be most likely the situations that have occurred before my time.
okay,
You understand what I'm saying? And that would have.
so we're at a whole different realm.
Well, you know that unfortunately seems to be when Big House comes into play with certain situations. Not that it's a bad thing,
Right.
but if I'm tracking what has happened over time, it seems to be my opportunities seem to come in transition. So I won't say that. I'll say the same thing. The same things that make the element great are the same things that can become a downfall. So now you got geniuses in the room.
Motherfuckers know they're geniuses.
Not even the ego. We talk about creative differences.
Oh,
So if people want to go in
this
different
direction,
directions.
right?
Certain people leave state. you know, you're now missing key elements of the entire
trying
band.
to replace them.
So the only person that I really feel like that worked out for is me, because that turned one full band into two other bands that I get to both fuck with.
Yeah.
That's tight.
So that ended up becoming my transition after that.
A double paycheck.
It was Big Wheel and Damien, the drummer, taking control of his band and making me an element, which got me to bring my family along in and play a part of that. But like I'm saying, this is all live.
I used to love the Appaloosa
shit.
shows, bro. Just like seeing all the, bro. I just love that shit so much.
And then that also turned into a genius by the name of Casey Sidwell.
Yep.
then linking up with a genius we was talking about earlier, Ace.
Yep.
And creating another lane
whole
for
nother
me.
lane.
You know, that
Paradox.
became the Lamp. And Lamp was like my heart and the soul for that. And then that transition again, and then I got to become a part of the Kovacs cleaning company, Def Knock. You know what I'm saying? So we put out that album. That was a great piece of work. And so the person that benefited the most from loving everybody in this unit ended up being me. I got lucky enough to be able to keep my ties with every single person because nobody left on bad blood. It just went in
people
two
wanted to
different
do their own
directions.
shit.
Boom. And so when that happened,
What were those directions? What was the differences that made? What was it that split them? If that's easy enough to answer, I know that's a super complex.
I can't answer that.
Yeah.
I can't.
It just honestly sounds like creative differences. Like I want to kind of go this.
Yeah, I know,
way
but
and-
was it like I wanted to be more jazzy, big bandy, like, or
Yeah, I can't answer.
or was it? Nah, it wasn't nothing.
Because my role in that group was the MC. I was not.
You weren't that in that.
I wasn't involved. You know, there's like it's not a secret society because it's right in your face, but there's a vibe that's going on between these.
A whole
musicians.
secret communication.
Well,
The way that they vibe is different. Yeah,
So-
you don't speak that language.
all you know is that all of a sudden this band is going on here, this other band, and I never slice it down the middle. Everybody know I come with love, so that what it did is made an opportunity because those people still call me like, yo, come get down, and I'm not gonna say no because these are the people I love. They are still part of my foundation, my tree, and it got me to do more.
That's really dope that no one kind of made you. I don't want to say pick a side or like, hey,
Choose
you gotta,
up.
Yeah, either you
Because
got to
it really
fuck with
wasn't
us.
It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that.
It really wasn't.
It was a natural separation.
It just kind of was.
Happened.
He wants to do this. He wants to do this. So they're gonna go do what they want to do.
It's just like me and you, bro.
But we both want you to rap for us.
Yeah, because the
want you to
opportunities
spit for
came at
us,
different
yeah.
times. So you know, like
Right.
that Big Wheel was a constant situation at Appaloosa.
Right.
You know, I wasn't head of that. I wasn't in it like that. But everything that he did, I was invited to. When the shit was big, I was there. When the shit was little, I was there. You know, KC started with the lamp, and though the names have changed many times, it's still the same elements.
The vibe was always dope though, whether it was 1,000 people in the fucking spot or it was, just a few sitting, everybody was kind of back to back. Big Will always fucking put down. That shit was
Hey,
the
who
dopest thing to go to, man. I miss that shit so
and
much.
Just to me, Damien has his style of production. KC has his, but
Right.
it's not just them two because every other element had their own style
Yeah.
of production.
Yeah, it's
You know, Greg Harris, that's my man. Greg Raymond, though he moved to LA, that.
Yeah, no, you said it, man. Geniuses, savants. Like, these dudes are really amazing individually.
And if you know about Venus, you know her
Right.
voice is incredible.
Yeah,
she
you
ain't
already
never
know,
missed
so.
a step. She's still doing what she do.
Yeah.
And being able to do that for such a long time is such my foundation of music that I can't ever stop doing what my first love is.
Gotcha.
There's no way to stop that.
Hey, I was gonna ask you, who was the group that Mike Jones was down with? Was it him and Nate? Do you know what I'm talking about or no? You know who Mike Jones is?
Yeah, I know who Mike Jones is, but I don't know.
They kind of had a group back in the day where they kind of.
Yeah.
I'm trying to piece it together. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to be able to come up with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research on that shit.
That's too far back in the past.
I want to say it was the place like what was the place like in Lodo that was letting cats do shows like right there by Coors.
Was it like under I-70?
Nah, it's right by Coors Field. I remember the Brown Bombers were performing there, like a bunch of fools. They
Not the marquee. You talking about Herbs?
No, not to those two. It was like further down. It was like on the next block. I'm gonna have to get to that.
Damn, is Herb still a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about Whiskey Lounge?
You said further
Bar or
down.
whatever it is.
Kind of like a couple blocks by the Jazz Bar. I want to say like really right there where like Lodo is right
Damn,
now.
I ain't heard them
Not
names in
like
a
by
long time.
Chapultepec, kind of, but right by Chapultepec. Are you talking about Chapultepec?
What they used to be like Bash and all that.
Summit and Bash. I know that. I'm like,
Yeah,
Summit.
I'm like, who are you
Yeah,
talking?
yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm like, I know all that shit right there.
You know who would
I
know?
lived right there.
Status would know what I'm talking about because there were cats like, and they started doing shit back in the day, and like it was crazy. Talking about
Oh, are you talking about? No, I'm tripping. I was thinking Owsley's, that kind of bigger warehouse space.
yeah, no, not Osley's.
Or what was it before that? Fucking
I'm gonna do some research, but my bad.
I remember Owsley's.
Owsley's and Quixotes and all that shit. It was it was different things at different times.
Like so many venues that I ain't
Bro,
even
yeah,
know.
yeah. There were Benders and
Yeah.
fucking Snake Pit. Man, I only knew outside of Snake Pit. I didn't really get to go in too much.
I think that
Nah.
might have been
I
the
was just being
first
there,
the
like-
first show
Oh.
I ever did out here was in Benders, I think.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
There's tab.
Bender's Tavern, man. I lived 1 block from there. I stayed right there, man. That was my shit. I love that whole little neighborhood. Back in the day, it was a lot of hip hop. It was dope because it was the inner city culture. Like almost, I don't want to say everybody was broke back then, man. It wasn't like money out there like how Denver is now, you know. But it was like everything was on the budget
it was
there.
quiet.
Right, it was quiet and it was
Ain't
you
know
couldn't
what it
have none.
was. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
there was a lot of money. It was you couldn't have, but everybody was doing something. It was on a budget, and it was always like dope though because the artists put themselves into it back in the day,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
just for like everybody to hate on them and not show it.
Yeah, you know, it's been a long journey.
It's getting better here though, man.
I mean, it is.
Artists are supporting each other a little bit more.
Yes.
They're putting each other on, helping each other out. The graffiti scene's gotten a 1,000 times better. I think there's been some cool shit with that, but the music scene's still kind of the shrug.
I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, it just kind of is what it is, you know. And unfortunately, my way of doing music doesn't favor, you know, what the scene is. But my love for the music brings out music that once people hear will realize that it's powerful.
But that's just music. That's what music
That's why
did.
it's the new
Music did
wave.
that. It's new shit.
SOLID, baby.
Yeah,
That's
if you
what
don't
we
have
doing.
terrible lyrics and bad beats.
I
And
use
no
it,
rhymes,
yeah.
no
I use
rhyme.
a dope beat and a hook. You know,
This shit nowadays, I be like, what?
It's come
What
to
the fuck?
to a payday situation. You know,
Pretty much.
everybody's paying for what they want.
What's
these
marketable.
days. Yeah, you know.
how much can we make off you?
Yeah.
But just what has become marketable, bro? Like, what is
What's
actually
that
like,
everybody wants
they
to turn
want
it
now?
into such said business? You know, we've kind
Yeah,
of lost that.
I just feel like it's been
Comes
dumbed down.
secondary.
made for the love of music.
It's
Yeah.
been dumbed down for the
business.
layman's.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not completely disappointed with the direction of where it's at right now.
I mean, some of it's good. It's not all bad.
Yeah.
Now there's
It's just
some
garbage.
good shit. You just have to filter through
Yeah,
so
it's
much.
just always the garbage that makes
Shit.
it. You know.
I have to realize the way we grew up put a filter on a lot of the bullshit. A lot of bullshit still passed through, but there was a filter system. You had to make it to tape, vinyl. You had to make
Right.
it to
the
that
avenue.
point.
Right.
Now
put it out.
everything's so easy to get a hold of. It's like now it's really
It's
like
fucking
it's an overload of how much shit you could get.
Well, I'm just
And how many ways you
fortunate-
could put it out?
I'm just fortunate that the people that I grew up listening to, a lot of them, and their descendants are still making music. So I still support that and listen to that. And every now and then somebody will sprinkle through, you know, that I never heard of, and I'll be like, all right, who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like every now and then,
I see you.
it does happen.
And that's who I think is doing cool shit now. The people who are like generationally making music, like my uncle, my dad, my people's made music since, you know, back in the day, because they have a little more, they're in tune a little bit more with the industry and how it grew already, you know, what it's progressed to now.
Right.
I've seen a few young cats that are like, you know,
Really on top of
their
their
parents
shit.
did music, their uncles did music. They weren't that great. Their uncles were actually pretty rough. I couldn't even listen to that shit.
Right.
But it, you know, progression and where everybody's gone, it really worked out. It worked in in the favor of the next generation.
Oh, absolutely. I see.
Because now they can YouTube how to be a dope MC. You know?
Hey, do any of your kids do music?
No.
They have any inkling at all or nah?
I don't know. I don't. You know, man, my kids are little young teenagers now, so like they're completely. Dogs is different.
It's different nowadays.
It's different. You know what I'm saying? I just personally love to throw something at them that they look at me and be like, yeah, dad, because they'll be the first one. They're the first ones I catch not paying attention. Oh yeah, you old school, dad. So when I flash something on them and be like, check this out,
yeah,
I get that look. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay. But I don't really know. I don't see that's a part of him as of just yet. My oldest boy, he has some interest in it, but he went another route, and I support the route that he's on. He's on some culinary shit. So
all right, let's go.
He cooking up in a different way.
dope.
You know
Cooking it up in the kitchen.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what's up.
Well, you got new music coming out, right?
Absolutely.
Talk about that. What
So-
you guys got cracking?
So our run is coming here, I would say, at the end of this year, beginning of this year. I just recently dropped a project with my man, Fo Chief, to kind of show that work is happening. He just dropped a mixtape.
Yeah, my tape's called Scenic Route 2, out on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Prime, shit like that. It's a real vibe. I'm loving the sound. I'm loving the reception that I'm getting from it. And check it out.
Hey, what kind of sound? What did you call it? And what kind of style? Is it coming? Is it some East Coast? Is it some bars?
It's not an East Coast style. I mean, I definitely got, the bars, if that's what you want to call it, the raps and shit like that. Take it extremely seriously.
How would you explain your style then? Like for the people
Leo
out there?
living. That's how I explain my style. Leo living. I live it out. Basically, everything is authentic. Everything that I do speak about on any song is true to my heart, is a real experience that I've, done in my day-to-day life, shit like that. I represent my crew, solid, this shirt right here.
Okay.
This is what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Made Real is definitely, the foundation that my brother set up back in Houston. And that's the sound, man. Everything is authentic. I don't have no particular nothing's cookie cutter. You know what I mean? I love all types of music. I love all types of beats. Sonically, I feel like I can touch a lot of different realms. So I'm never gonna box it up. But if you ask me what my style is, I'm gonna say Leo living. You know what I mean? That's live it out.
Every day.
That's what it is.
Like I said, you had the best of both worlds, man. You're coming to Colorado and going to Houston, coming back, right? Back and forth?
For sure. Been back and forth my whole life.
You're still doing it too?
Yeah. I was just there at the beginning of August.
Yeah.
I was just out there, man.
Back and forth. The foundation is in Houston. We got other family out there. Mm-hmm. His older brother is soon to release a project as well that's being finalized right now.
Okay.
But letting his mixtape get that breathing room, because people do need to check that out. I personally
definitely
feel
go check
it's
it
a
out.
great piece of work. There ain't nobody who sound like Calm, and Calm don't sound like nobody.
All right, yeah.
Like, it's not a definable style. So I feel him when he's like, he can't box it up, because it's a vibe.
I just love music, man. I just love music. I rap over some opera shit. You play a trap beat, I'll catch the vibe on that.
You perform too?
Yeah, me and Houston rock shows all over this town.
Have you done Houston?
Recently did the.
I performed in Houston maybe twice.
Okay.
Maybe twice. Well, yeah, twice I have. Out here, countless times with this guy. It's all because of him. I don't get out much like he does. Like he said, he being in the mix, real hungry. Me,
out there.
I'm more of an introvert. You know what I mean? I come out and poke my head out here and there, but he hits me up like, hey, man, you know, come rock with me here, come rock with me there. And I always got his back, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. That's
Well,
dope.
we make the best music together, to be honest with you. It's able to set that. We just did the Park Jam, you know, Dent through the Park Jam.
Yep. One with Supernet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was cool.
So, you know, we can
Performed in the rain. It was raining and shit. We had to hold it down still.
Hell yeah.
Nah, it was actually dope. We got
that's
to be the last performance. They let us finish our shit in the rain.
That shit was ill.
It's little special moments like that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's what makes
that's
the
what mean
difference.
the most. Like we waited. We had a good time while we was there, but then all of a sudden it's like, all right, it's your turn to get on. In the middle of that shit, it's raining. We halfway through our shit. They let us finish the shit and pack everything up and bounce.
That's tough.
Yeah.
So though initially we were supposed to be dead in the middle of all the performances, we ended up being the last, you know, situation as far as the local love before they did the break.
And when I was leaving, and Super Nat was like, "Yeah, you rock that shit.
Oh, tight.
Rock that shit." I'm like, "That's what's
Oh,
up."
damn,
bro."
that's tight.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
That's
really
dope.
dope.
So as far as the music and what's coming, we got 2 in the trigger right now that's about to get pulled. There's the Calm Before the Storm 1 and Calm Before the Storm. 2. Calm Before the Storm 2 and Calm Before the Storm 3.
Yep.
Those are fully loaded, locked up, ready to go. Those are definitely coming out either the end of this year, beginning of 23.
Yes, sir.
I'm big on odd numbers, so I believe 23 should be the time for us to pop it out. I'm a lefty, so I'm always gonna try and do shit different.
Right.
You know what I mean? But there's 2 in the trigger. I have 2 mixtapes that are about to come out as well. But it's all about planning and all of that. We got the
So you guys are
MR.
sitting like 4 or 5 projects, huh?
Oh yeah,
Easily?
There's a ton more than that, but all we can
You
do
got
is,
shit in the works
is
right now.
For sure.
music is
You got a lot of it's done already?
yeah.
Yeah. You said ready to go. Locked
It's
and
like it's
loaded.
ready to go.
Yeah, the clips are ready to bang out, and with that we never stop. So you know, it just prolongs.
You got a lot of features on it?
No.
No? Oh,
Just
nobody. It's just you two. Oh,
But
shit.
whenever you want to send some of those tracks to us,
Oh,
you
you-
can check
Yeah,
them out.
definitely
man.
wanna
Be
peep
more than
some of
happy
No problem, bro.
Please,
to peep them, use them, shit, whatever you need, promote them.
Are you
shit.
doing any features right now? You been on anybody else's stuff lately? Or you done anything with any other artists
I have not.
locally?
So with me, yes. So 4-5, you know Justice.
Sounds familiar.
Well, Justice Rhymes,
Yeah.
4-5. He just dropped his project on the 30th with myself and Fo Chief.
Oh, dope.
I have a feature on his, which is a song that I really enjoy
That's
that
tight.
we
That's
did
dope.
together. Fo Chief actually has 2 songs on his album. The last person that I got to share an experience with, you know what I'm saying, and make some dope shit with is a fly, dope, classic MC that goes by the name of Sonny Nuke. So,
Okay. We got
you
him
know,
on here like about a
Yeah.
month ago.
yeah, so the shit
Sonny
that he's
Nuke.
about to drop, you know, he opened the doors and let me get down with him.
Jumping on those projects,
Yeah,
huh?
you know, I know now. I don't know when. There's not a time frame or anything, but my man Contrast from Fresh Breath Committee.
Yep.
You know, as I got to link with them and be a part of that entity, they all became my extended family, which is the reason for me and Fo Chief project, which is the reason why I've never lost contract with Contrast. You know, making music, that whole entity is still family to me. You know, and I fucks
Yeah,
with
them
all.
boys is super nice. That nigga Contrast is crazy with it.
So, you know, between
they're
that and
dope.
spoken words I've known forever, you know, so we've all
Him too.
made music. It's about what has released. But that's my latest feature.
And I will say that my brother 500 is coming out with a project called
Yes.
Red Dawn, and I am on that, and that's gonna be dropping real soon. Red Dawn.
Well, hell yeah, man. Shit, sound like you guys are ready to go and got some shit ready for the streets.
I mean, okay, so
shit.
so the music has always been the easy part.
Right.
Let's say that. You know, we live this. What we do is it's us. So the music and being able to put some shit together has never been the hardest part. It's how to get it to y'all.
Right.
And how to get y'all to accept to listen what we do without having to bother you. Like we just want to ear.
I'm kind of
Just want
still about
somebody
that
to
old
hear.
school like guerrilla marketing, man. Just get it in their hands some way
Absolutely.
somehow. You know what I mean? It's just you get
Absolutely.
some a couple
Well, now
times,
there's-
you're gonna check it out.
Word.
You know, now there's more ways to share it. You know.
Yeah.
And you know, I think a lot of times we're afraid to hold our friends accountable with sharing our shit. But hey, man, if they're your
Share that
homies,
shit,
if they're the homies, then show that shit and support what
agree.
I'm doing. Like I'll support whatever you send anything my way. I'm gonna put that shit up on
Got
my
you all
story
day,
quick.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let me know. You know, you just gotta tell me.
I agree.
And have a little message ready for them. You know, like yo, what's up? We just dropped this. I know you're busy, but I'd love if you could share this for me.
Show
And
this
I
love.
mean, you know, Joe's amazing at it, but like hitting people up, bro, personally in their DMs, not just sharing it on your page, so they, you know.
Trust that. And
You
that's
know,
what I be on. Because
and that's that
what
shit
I
you have
need
to
people
do.
to understand is when I do it, like you are valued in my eyes. I just don't randomly be hitting up strangers.
And make
I
dope-
send it to the people who I value your opinion. I wanna
And make
hear what you
dope
gotta say.
content for them to share. Make it easy
Word.
for them, you know. That's the part that like having the right video to post with the shit, and you know it goes hand in hand. QR codes all over the fucking
that's
place.
That's what I was kind of. That's
All
what I'm
that
kinda
shit,
thinking,
bro.
I'm thinking you
All
get
that
like a little
shit.
card, like the little club flyers back in the day with your QR code.
You could
And
go
literally-
post up stickers, bro.
And literally put like
Put
a
stickers
fucking,
everywhere. Everybody's popping.
some fucking some. I have to. I'm trying to think. Dazed and Confused. I can't even think of the name, dog. What's the movie with
what?
Dave Chappelle, the weed movie?
Oh, half baked.
Half baked.
Mr. Nice Guy ass. Put a joint on that shit.
On that shit. And go to a place where like a concert, like a Wu-Tang concert, and hand out
You
fucking
know,
a thousand of
I
those.
already know how you get there.
I'm
And I be
trying,
seeing your
bro.
shit everywhere.
It's been fading. It's been
But yeah,
fading.
that kind of shit though too, you know.
But yeah, that's
Post
what I'm
them
talking
up,
about.
stickers,
that guerrilla
posts.
marketing. Yeah, that
posters.
putting it in your face.
These
everywhere you
motherfuckers
go.
are out there putting up movie posters everywhere. Like fuck you, I
That's
can
what
put
that
up.
S is about. You soon see
Yeah,
that.
get that
everywhere.
shit.
That's what they ever
Absolutely.
asked me, bro. I'm saying, hey, I'm in a rap group, bro.
Word.
They're like, what is it? The Flying Fat Man? I'm fat. You know what I mean?
I'm spray painting on shit. So they're like, nah, you ain't doing no fucking marketing. Get your ass over here.
Right.
It's like, nah, I'm out.
Shit, I remember me and my brother did a song called Covered, and we just decided to drop it one night, and he went on like a dating site and started just going on a whole bunch of different chicks and plugging the plugging the link
By any means
on all different
necessary.
chicks. And we got all
Because
kinds
I just want all the girls listening to my shit.
yeah, we got a lot of hits that night. He just was a lot of hits all night. He was getting hits
That's
because he was
hilarious.
just plugging it on the dates. I'm like, damn, man, that's what's up, dog. I wouldn't
just
even
heard-
have thought of that.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I just heard like a classic like story like that, like promoting advertising. It was Irv Gotti, and what he was saying is like when they had the box back in the day.
He had people
You know what I
call
mean?
and shit.
No, he had people call. What he would do is he would book the studio for 2 hours because he's gonna record music. When he's in the studio, he's using their phone to order his video. From the beginning, he gets there to the time he gets there, because like we can use the phone in the
He
studio.
would call.
And they never put it together. Yeah, he was probably him or as the homies, but like they would be on it in the studio,
Requesting his
calling the
video.
box. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they weren't getting charged for it because it's through the studio. And they never figured it
can't
out,
trace
bro.
it to-
Yeah.
So he's like, that's what my video would play for fucking an hour straight. Because you remember at the beginning, it would play like how many times they ordered it. If it was ordered 10 times, that shit played 10 times in a row. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
For real. That's some slick ass shit, bro. That's some.
Absolutely. I mean,
That's
shit.
smooth as
You gonna
fuck.
put that bill on the fucking
Everybody
studio.
knows
They
your
ain't gonna know
shit.
what it is. They're just gonna think it's a long distance call or some shit. It's a studio.
You gotta be crafty.
That's
Absolutely.
hilarious.
Hell yeah.
Fuck, we gonna be on some crafty shit.
That's it, bro. That's it.
Hey, well, shit, man. We can't wait for the music to come out, man. We definitely appreciate y'all coming on. Y'all have any kind of final thoughts? You want to give me your social medias where they can find y'all?
Shit, Scenic Route 2, like I said, YouTube, Apple Music, Amazon Prime, Spotify, all that shit. Y'all check it out, man. I'm putting everything on that. I'm loving it. Me and Big House got a lot coming out. Like he said, the Calm Before the Storm 2, Calm Before the Storm 3. I
about
think
to
people
flood
are
the
gonna fuck
streets,
with it,
yeah.
man. Straight up.
I mean, you know, these are projects based upon what we do and the visions like that we want to give out in sequence. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
So, you know, for me, right now, it's me and Fo Chief's project. So that's the saga. episode 1. I make it easy. It's on all fucking platforms.
Everywhere.
Any and everywhere you can find it. It's just like Wickham. It's any and everywhere you can find it. So just look it up. That's how you find me. MC Big House, House
Don't
and
forget
Complex,
the MC.
Faux Chief and Big House, all platforms.
Hell yeah.
Look out for Red Dawn by my brother 500.
Oh, for sure.
And Free Easy, the solid CEO. Holla at your boy.
Right?
Hey, when you guys get ready to release some of these projects too, come back on the podcast, man, and we'll let them know it's getting ready, you know?
Right, absolutely.
That's what's up.
Absolutely, because it's coming. And
Come soon.
nothing holding it back this time.
All right, next time we're going to have y'all spit some bars,
I'm with that.
some tracks or some shit off the new shit.
That's not a problem.
Cool.
All right. Warn y'all. No, I'm just playing.
It's happening next. Yeah, we're doing the
appreciate
next.
you, man. Shit.
Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
Nah, I
You know,
appreciate
I've
you
known
coming
you
through.
forever and a day.
For real.
We've seen
Dope.
each other
Always
around.
have some
Nah,
fun.
yeah,
Some
bro,
little
for
rap
sure.
Love, you know what I mean?
That's the love, and I appreciate y'all for even letting us, be here.
Our house
Share
is your
us.
house. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Well, there you have it, man.
Yeah,
Another
dope
fucking
one.
banger.
Another dope one.
MC Big House.
Right?
Complex. You know what I'm
House in the
saying?
house.
Elvis Freshless, Juan.
Yo,
Boy
It's
Joe
going down.
Thunder.
it's going down.
We got another one in the corner over there getting ready.
Right?
We'll talk to y'all later. We out of here.
Peace.
Bye. Peace.